Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the latest home video review from us here at FlickDirect. And for today's home video review, this is one I am very excited about. But for today's home video review, I'm here to talk to you all about one of the most highly regarded film trilogies of all time, and that is the Godfather Trilogy in 4K. In case if you guys have not seen the Godfather Trilogy or really any of the Godfather films, the Godfather films, to give you all the very basic gist, tells the story of the Corleone family. The Godfather films, particularly part 1 and part 2 I will say, have had a very large impact on my life. I saw part 1 when I was in middle school. I had rented it from the library and I loved every single moment of it. Part 2 I think is a near perfect movie, except that it's just way too long for me personally. Now, some people love the epic length of the film. Personally, for me, there were some spots that dragged just a tad bit too long. Part 3, I do enjoy aspects of it, but then the final 2 acts come in and it kind of almost derails the film. I will say though, the new cut of the film is vastly better than the original cut of the film. There is a reason why the Godfather films are such highly regarded films, especially in mobster cinema, especially part 1, which is in my top 15 favorite films of all time. Part 2 for me is like a 4.75 out of 5. Part 3 is more like almost a 3 out of 5, but part 1 for me is a 6 out of 5, which I classify as one of my all-time favorite films. Getting right into the audio and video quality, starting off with the video quality, all 3 Godfather films in 4K are presented in an aspect ratio of 185:1, and I gotta tell you guys, all the films look spectacular. I'm telling you all right now, within the opening couple of sequences in the film, I thought I was looking at a film that was shot brand new. Now, obviously, there are some things that when you watch it, it definitely feels like a 70s movie from the cinematography, the costume design, the production design, the acting, and the directing style. There are certain things that definitely do scream 70s from The Godfather, especially from part 1. But when it comes to the video quality, everything looks sharp. The film grain still gives that 70s feel to it. Close-ups look really sharp and crisp. Seeing the close-ups on Marlon Brando's face, I mean, you could see every pore in his skin. The fabrics within the costumes, especially in the wedding sequence in the first movie, which, by the way, how all the colors pop, shadow details look great. I mean, again, in part 1, the first appearance of Vito Corleone in part 1, seeing all the shadows go off of Vito when he's talking to people on the day of his daughter's wedding, that sentence has been said so many times in pop culture history, it's not even funny. Overall, nonetheless, in terms of the video, The Godfather looks better than ever, and again, for that matter alone, get this freaking movie. Going on to the audio quality, all of the Godfather films are in Dolby True HD 5.1 or Dolby 5.1 surround sound. And here's the thing, guys. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, part of me wishes that this was a Dolby Atmos, but in all honesty, a film like The Godfather or any of the Godfather films does not need Dolby Atmos. 5.1, in all honesty, is perfect for a film like this. Since the Godfather films are primarily dialogue-driven films with not much action, all you need here is just that lossless soundscape. The dialogue sounds crystal clear. Hearing the ambiance sounds, whether it's in the first film where Michael Corleone is shopping for Christmas presents, in part 2, where the assassinations are being carried out, hearing the echoes of the gun from Vito Corleone, especially when you see the flame pop up on the towel, it looks absolutely amazing. Even part 3, there are parts where even though the dialogue is in the center channels, everything else sounds amazing. Finally, moving on to the special features, the Godfather Trilogy in 4K comes packed with a plethora of special features. I mean, oh my god. For example, there is a really cool feature that's about the preservation of the Godfather films, not to mention one of my favorite featurettes of this entire box, and that's that let's say if an old film is restored from the original format to 4K and it's upgraded, they show the process, and not to mention how the film used to look like compared to now. Not to mention as well, there is a little thing called home movies, and even more so, there's an introduction by Francis Ford Coppola, deleted scenes, a making of the filming location, additional scenes, the profiles and the filmmakers. I mean, what I'm just mentioning to you all just scratches the surface. This thing comes past the brim, and all the featurettes here are all worth visiting. All in all, what we have here is a trilogy that I should say for the most part is amazing. Part 1 of The Godfather is one of my favorite movies of all time. Part 2 is a near masterpiece. Part 3 for me, there are aspects I enjoy and there are some parts that I don't enjoy. But nonetheless, guys, they're all movies worth visiting. The video quality is spectacular, the audio quality is lossless, and it's past the brim with some amazing featurettes. So guys, simply put, if you haven't seen The Godfather, watch these movies, even part 3 for God's sakes. Do not miss these films. They are highly regarded for a reason in film history. So I put, guys, pick these movies up. I hope you all enjoyed my home video review of the Godfather Trilogy in 4K. If so, please hit that like button, also share, and don't forget the subscribe button and the notification bell for my latest home video review goes live. If you guys want to see any of my previous 2 home video reviews, please click to the left or right side of the screen. And of course, until our next home video review goes live, we'll see you all next time. Have a great day, guys. Hit like, smash subscribe, and get notified for whenever reviews, interviews, and news go live.